Hello. I got a new pin day. I got some money from a class action lawsuit from like a gazillion years ago. But every so once in a while, more dividends come out. I don't know why. But who cares? Some of it was enough to pay for me to get a new pin. I bought the pin from right here, who are located in Shrewsbury. I wanted to buy from a small independent shop as opposed to from Cult Pens. But Cult Pens sold out of these pins right away anyways. You've probably already seen these like 45 times. But I have not bought a TWSBI. Gosh, I don't even remember the last time I bought a TWSBI. Years. Because that was where I went kind of nuts with TWSBI at first, because I had this silly idea that I was never going to spend more than, like, at the time they were about, I think, 32 pounds. I was like never going to spend more than that on a pen. But then I bought so many of them that it was like I could have had some really nice pins. So I woke up to that realization. And then, does everybody know about this spot on the bottom of the box to put your sticker? Yeah, I kind of sold off some of the ones that I wasn't as attached to. Like I had some broad nibs and things like that that I was just not, they were not for me. And then, yeah, I just kind of started buying other kinds of pins instead of TWSBIs because I still had enough even after I sold some. But I kept saying, you know, I would buy one if it was kind of like a dark red, maybe with black trim. And then what do they freaking do? They came out with a dark red with black trim. Now, what I thought was a dark red with black trim. This is, it's called Plum. And I would say it is fairly plum colored. I don't have a plum here to compare it to. But I waited until I saw it in person. Elizabeth brought hers to the pen meetup, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. That's so pretty. So if they end up doing a dark red one, I'll do it too. And then I guess some people were asking TWSBI if they were going to ever do another pink one, and they said no, pink ones don't sell. But if they did a pink with black trim, all of us goth girlies would be on that so fast. So since TWSBI watches my videos all the time, no, they don't. I thought I'd throw my hat in. So I should have got a fine nib. Yep, I got a fine nib. The thing I like about these black nibs is you can see the nib size. I don't know whether you can. Yeah, you can't see them with the silver through that thing. It's seated so low in there, the nib size. But this is really pretty. I really like this. So I brought out some inks. I brought out Tyrian Purple, probably not going to be the color. Writer's Blood. Amaranth. Can you see I have a thing? Syrah. And Merlot. And I figured I'd swatch all of them and hold the pen up to them so that if you have any of these... Oh, also, my beloved Deep Dark Red, which I'm hoping it is the closest to it so that I can ink that up, because I haven't inked that up in a while. Because I've been trying to do samples, but you know what? I'm going to just do what I want to do. So, yeah, I'll swatch all these out, and then we will kind of figure out which one to put in. But also, you know, you can use it as a guide for if you have any of these inexpensive Diamine inks as to what color this pen actually is. Yeah, so let me get... Did I not bring water? I didn't bring water, but I've got my whiskey thing full. Yay! All right. We've got a cloth. And we've got the book right over here. So this is just going to be random swatching. This looks good. This page. All right. Where is... Oh. I think they're in here. No. All right, hang on. I have to find my swatching tools. They should be right. Oh, I see them. I see them. They should be right visible. And they are. Yay. Okay. So I'm just going to use my little swizzle stick and my fake Iro Utsuchi. This is a Kakuno medium nib. All right, let's start with Tyrian Purple. I don't think I've got that much left in here. Oh no, I've got about half. It just felt really light. All right, that's a lot of Tyrian Purple. So these are all Diamine, so I'll just put Diamine at the top. I'm not going to write it on every one. Tyrian Purple. I don't know how people do that right around the... I just watched a Simone video and she's like easily kind of writing around the shape. I struggle. That's actually a really pretty color. Why haven't I used this much? All right, we'll do Oxblood. It won't be Oxblood, but we'll do Oxblood. That was kind of the color I was hoping it was going to be, but it won't be that, but we'll just swatch it anyways. To compare. Hopefully you guys can't hear me wheezing. For some reason I'm wheezing. But yeah. Hopefully it's not too obvious, so. That looks terrible. All right. Get over yourself. I'm going to pause because I got to blow my nose real quick. All right. So we've done Oxblood, Interior Purple, Writer's Blood. I've already got this in a pin. But hey, if it's the color, I'll have it in 2 pins. I have so many, and this isn't even, like I've got samples of these kind of shades everywhere. Oh, I almost just dipped that. What am I thinking? Don't do that. So I clean all my pins except for my TWSBIs. I've never had a problem not cleaning a TWSBI. So this is such a wet ink. So right now I've got this in my Sailor Pro Clear Slim with a medium fine nib. All right, let's do Amaranth. I bet it's going to be Amaranth, but I like Amaranth. I always think of as my Black Robin Pins ink. I put it in something else and I was like, no, it feels wrong. It should be in the Black Robin. And then I put something else on the Black Robin Pins ink and it was like, that might be a for life thing. Oh, maybe it's not. Amaranth is brighter than I'm remembering it. My memory for colors today is not it. All right, next we'll do Syrah. I don't think I've inked this up very many times. A lot of these Diamines I got in like, you know, bulk buy-sell trade. You know, there'll be one ink that I want and I'll buy. You'll have to buy all 5 of whatever they're selling. Which is fine because, you know, I like to mix Diamine inks. So I don't mind having multiple colors. What was this again? Syrah. So these aren't all exactly the same. I know it seems like I'm getting the same ink over and over, but they're not all exactly the same. All right, and then we've got Merlot. So far Merlot's looking a bit like the winner. But we'll wait till they dry. Till I cheat and dry them with my craft drying tool, my craft heat gun. So Merlot. And then we'll do deep dark red. Make sure these things are dry. Ooh, I love this color. It gets the biggest swatch because it's my favorite. Deep, dark red. All right, I will dry these and I will come back and we'll hold up the pen and see what's the what. Okay, so Amaranth looks really pretty with it, of course, because I tend to buy similar color pens. Syrah looks nice. So basically, some of these have sheen, but I don't see the sheen usually when I'm writing with it, except for in Writer's Blend. So this one has kind of a bronzy sheen, and so does Deep Dark Red. But let's see. I think I'm not gonna put Amaranth in it. I think I'm gonna put Syrah in it. That's really, really close. All right, let's do that. Oh, 1 second. I want to show you something. This is a coffee company called, I don't know how you pronounce it, Duet Egberts or something. Yeah. They have this lid that, pardon instant coffee, that has this plastic bit. And somebody on our Discord posted that she made kind of a Diamine bottle holder out of it by cutting this. So I'm going to go get something to cut this with, and I will come back.
Area.
All right. It has been cut, and you just poke that in there. And it holds it, and it gives you a very stable base for kind of Diamine inks or smaller ink sample types of things. I will say, though, that this coffee, I use one of those foaming things, and I foam, you know, my milk once I poured it in the coffee, and the foam just goes flat. Like, immediately. And I've never had that happen before. Oh, God, really? Is any ink coming in? I don't think I've got enough in here. So, yeah, I just showed you that for nothing because I had to pull it out because there's... Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to... I'll put this back in here. And I will try and find where I put my ink miser. Maybe I could put my ink miser in there. Yeah, he's not holding them great. Anyways, if you're able to fill up your pen straight from the Diamine bottle, it's a really neat idea. All right, I'm only going to fill it up that much. Okay. Let's see. TWSBI Eco Plum. You know what? It should say on the bottom of the box. I don't even remember what the thing's called. Plum Onyx. I was going to say black. Plum Onyx. This is a fine nib, and I love it. This nib's perfect. Yeah, TWSBIs just work out of the box. I mean, there's something to be said about that. So I'll do a kind of scribble so you can see how well the color matches. See? See? That's it. New pin day.